defend, our companies will defend our country.
Canada's Prime Minister Mark Carney reacting to new U.S. tariffs, which could lead to retaliation.
President Trump says he will impose a 25% tariff on cars and parts imported into the U.S. on April 3rd, a move likely to raise prices for American consumers. And in a post on Truth Social, President Trump threatened to turn the screws even tighter, saying, quote, "If the European Union works with Canada in order to do economic harm to the USA, large-scale tariffs, far larger than currently planned, will be placed on them both."
That's Fox's Lucas Tomlinson. Democrats keep demanding an investigation into the security breach, allowing a journalist into a group chat discussing U.S. military action hitting Houthi rebels in Yemen. Senator Tammy Duckworth tells Fox,
"I worry that our allies might not share information with us if they feel that we do not know how to safeguard."
Well, the Republican leading the Senate Armed Services Committee, Roger Wicker, wants an inspector general review. President Trump says
there was no harm done because the attack was unbelievably successful that night.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and other senior officials say no war planning or classified material was shared, though messages do include the timing and sequence of strikes. The National Security Advisor is investigating how the journalist was mistakenly added to the group chat.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. There's a gathering of European leaders in Paris focused on supporting Ukraine as more North Korean soldiers join the fight.
According to the South Korean military, North Korea delivered around 3,000 troops to Russia in the early months of this year. They're taking part in the war on Ukraine. South Korea estimates that the North has sent Russia approximately 11,000 military personnel in total, but thinks around 4,000 of them have been killed or wounded.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. We're still waiting for an update on 4 American soldiers who went missing during a training mission in Lithuania. America's listening to Fox News.
Fox News Audio presents the Fox Nation Investigates podcast, Evil Next Door, exploring the life and crimes of 5 serial predators from across the United States.
It's a very disturbing case.
In never-before-heard interviews and first-hand perspectives.
Described as pure evil. That's a good description.
The Fox Nation Investigates podcast, Evil Next Door. Listen and follow now at foxtruecrime.com or wherever you get your favorite podcasts. Get those W-2s ready. Tax season has arrived. It's the Fox Business Tax Tips. Fox News Radio's Ginny Casola and Hillary Barsky are joined by the hosts of the Fox Business Network to provide you with the latest tips, tricks, and updates on filing your taxes. From deadlines to tax law changes to the latest deductions, we'll cover it all to make sure you keep that hard-earned money where it belongs, in your pocket. Listen and follow the Fox Business Tax Tips at foxnewspodcasts.com.
The head of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, visited El Salvador, which has been accepting immigrants from the U.S. illegally that have been deported.
El Salvador has received 51 flights, and another one landed today. So we're continuing to do that, and we will continue to partner with them to continue those flights throughout the rest of President Trump's term until we get these criminals and these illegal aliens out of the United States.
Now, Noem also visited the jail where more than 200 alleged Venezuelan gang members are now housed, flown there on flights that a federal judge had ordered to turn around. Now, that judge has blocked other deportations under the Alien Enemies Act that President Trump invoked, allowing the Venezuelans to be removed without hearings. An appeals court has refused to lift that block. Another appeals court has refused to set aside another judge's ruling and another challenge to the Trump administration. That ruling ordered the rehiring of tens of thousands of federal employees laid off as part of an effort to shrink the federal workforce. And here is another Trump setback in court.
The Trump administration filed a motion earlier this week to dissolve the injunction blocking the Pentagon's ban. They argued their policy focuses on gender dysphoria, a medical condition, and does not discriminate against trans-identifying persons as a class. The U.S. District Judge didn't buy that argument, saying gender dysphoria is not like other medical conditions. It affects only one group of people. All persons with gender dysphoria are transgender. The ban was set to go into effect Friday. The judge wants more time for the case to go through the appeals process. In Washington, Joel Nato, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are rising. They're up more than 100 points for the Dow, but barely for the NASDAQ. This is the day after a return to selling. The Dow dropped 132 points. The NASDAQ plunged 372. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. The U.S. Marine Corps has charged a Cookeville man with premeditated murder in the death of his spouse. The Herald Citizen reports that charges against Staff Sergeant Alonzo Alcantara came nearly 7 months after the alleged incident took place on Marine Corps Base, Hawaii. Alcantara will face a court-martial. Cookeville police have charged a man with stalking after he allegedly harassed a Golden Corral employee for over 2 months. 48-year-old Johnny Harry Farron arrested Friday after he allegedly damaged the victim's vehicle. Farron has posted bond and will appear in General Sessions Court next month. People who travel Genesis Road in Cumberland County may have to rely on an alternate route later this year. TDOT says repairs to the road between Catoosa Canyon Road and Obed Pines Road will begin late summer or early fall. The agency says the project will require a complete closure in the area with detours put in place for both north and southbound traffic. That's the news for WHUB. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is radio station WHUB, the voice of the Upper Cumberland in Cookeville, Tennessee.
Good morning.
Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. Today is the 27th of March.
March, yeah.
Lord
it's still
have
March
mercy.
right now.
It's still March.
You know what? March has, you know how January feels like a long month?
Yeah.
March has felt that way.
It's been March a long time.
February flew by.
Yeah.
But I feel like, is it still March?
It's still March.
It still may snow. It's not calling for it, but I'm saying, is there one more frost or snow?
Oh, sure. Yeah, there's plenty of winters left.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it could snow or be 80.
Yeah. And speaking of that, it's going to be 70 this afternoon. But we're starting out chilly, 38. Just remember, it's going to be 70 by the evening. Good. Ooh, chilly.
A few things you need to know. AP Hearth, which we've gotten to know over the past little bit. Good bunch of fellows over there. They specialize in fireplace installation, evaluation, and service repair. They're going to be celebrating their ribbon cutting on April the 4th. They're over there just right across from where Spring Street Market used to be.
Yeah.
And if you're real old, where Porter Paints. Porter Paints is right down. I think it might even still be there, Porter Paints.
And it used to be, they're in the same building where it used to be like handcrafted beds and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know what that business was called.
You'll see them there.
Yeah.
And a good bunch of fellas. And so their grand opening is April 4th. So if you've got any fireplace work or you need a new fireplace, whether that's wood or gas or propane, they've got your hookup.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to be selling the nice grills too.
Yeah, they are.
So
good group of people over there.
That'd be a great place to stop if you're in the mood for a new grill this summer, spring.
And those grills are nice.
Football season.
Ooh, yeah. Speaking of sports, though, this was on like the world news.
Mm-hmm.
University of Tennessee softball standout Carlin Pickens.
Yeah.
She broke a 13-year record. She pitched a strike during a softball game. Listen to this. It clocked 78.2 miles per hour.
Yeah, it was the
my goodness,
fastest ever.
Fastest ever. How bad is she?
Well, I mean,
bad meaning good.
The Tennessee Falls are just they're literally good at every sport right now.
Oh yeah. And softball too.
So, I mean every sport.
When she pitched that, saw the clip of it, I'm like, how did she not just wind her arm off?
Yeah.
Because it looked so fast.
There's used to say, oh, that's a football school or that's a basketball school.
Yeah, I mean,
they're calling Tennessee the everything school right now.
Oh, I like that.
Well, think about it. A football team is in the college football playoffs.
Right.
Baseball team won the College World Series. Basketball team, both are in the tournament.
Mm-hmm. And now softball.
Well, I mean, I think they were in their World Series last year as well. I think there's 4, I want to say, and I could be way wrong on this, but however many championship tournaments there are for college sports, Tennessee's been in all of them.
That's something else.
Crazy.
Yeah. Well, congratulations to her. That was, I mean, if you haven't seen that clip, go back and look at it, because I'm thinking it's just perfect form and strike right down the line.
There's no date on this, and I double checked. But Texas Roadhouse has been adding on.
Yes, I saw that too.
And so they're going to have a ribbon cutting for that, which is whatever. But they're adding 56 new seats on, and so that'll help. They could add another story to that thing, and
yeah, I didn't see when the ribbon cutting would be, but I loved the fact that they're almost ready for it. And it said, let's see how many new seats they're
56.
56 new seats. That's a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. So maybe they'll tell us when that is, and we'll all go.
Yeah. Well, Ride to the Sky is a local bike ride.
Yeah, I remember them doing from last year.
Yeah, they've been doing that for several years now. The registration opens on April Fool's Day, which is coming up on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I was like, I got it in front of me somewhere. But it's limited to 350 riders. Said sign up soon because it's become really, really popular.
Yeah, riding up the mountain to Monterey is apparently an awful thing, but riding down is way fun. So
they put up with the riding up so they can ride down.
Right.
And, I mean, it's pretty full every year. So
I guess if you had it geared up right, it wouldn't be so bad. But
and of course, these are serious competitors, so they've got the nice bikes.
Yeah.
That feel totally different when you're on those
that's
bikes.
right. I mean, my car's got to really gear down to get up that
Right.
hill. I imagine it's tough for a bike rider.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, they've got nice bikes, but they really are fit and in shape and know how to do it. Yeah. But it's ridetothesky.org, ridetothesky.org, and the registration opens up on Tuesday.
All right. Let's see here. Story Fest is coming up. It's going to be on Saturday, May the 3rd, from 10 to 5 at Dogwood Park. It's free, but if you still have time to get in on it, if you would like to be one of the storytellers, or it could be your first time, you could be doing this for a long time. It doesn't matter. But if you're from here and you've got some stories you think you want to tell, get up there and try them out.
Mm-hmm.
See what happens.
I think it's an art that is kind of lost these days. I know my granny would tell really good stories, like elaborate on stuff, and I really think she could have been.
I loved hanging out with like all my grandparents.
Yeah,
and when their people would come over and chit chat, or you'd stop and visit.
Right.
Back then, you'd stop and visit people, and I'd love to hear all the old stories and. It would just come to life for you every little bit of it.
And the excitement how they would tell it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it really is an art form.
I'm sure we'll have Beth Thompson in here before Story Fest anyway.
Oh, we definitely will.
If you want to be involved, you got to the end of this month.
Well, I wanted to say congratulations to White County High's FFA. They were at the Tennessee State Convention, FFA Convention, chapter awards and agricultural fair. They did lots of interviews, and congratulations to them because members were on the Tennessee Superior chapter, and they won awards, National 3-Star Chapter Award and Tennessee Platinum Award. Very good.
Very good.
It's called the Tennessee Platinum Plow Award. I don't know what the plow stands for because it's big letters, so I'm sure that's...
Plow?
No, it's big letter. Plow is in big letters, so I think it stands
since
for
it was
something.
ag, it was
I know.
plow.
But unless they just wanted to capitalize that, but I bet it stands for something too, more than just plowing up your dirt.
On May 2nd that's when Art Round Tennessee's first Fridays will begin. So mark your calendars accordingly. It'll run through October, except for in July, because we got a lot of stuff to blow up.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And of course, we'll have some of the artists on here. We always do that. I don't know if you saw this in the news, but at Sunset Marina, the largest houseboat to float on Del Hollow Lake just entered Sunset Marina.
It's amazing.
It was built by Trifecta in Monticello, Kentucky. 120 feet by 22 feet. And it's just huge.
Donna was looking at it yesterday.
Yeah.
And she said, "Oh, it's got a downstairs." And she's like, "How did it get it downstairs?" I said, "Well, there's the hole. I mean, there's the whole bottom part of the boat." And, so, like part of a cruise ship, I mean, is down there too. And anyway, she got to looking at that and she amazed.
Well, think about this. When I say 120 feet long by 22 feet wide, it's hard to imagine that, but it said it's more than a third the length of an NFL football field.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Could you imagine getting that down the road? That's
No.
That's what I was trying to think of. Is that road from I mean, it's good road.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but that's a big old thing to be carrying. How do they even make some of those turns?
I know. I can't even imagine that. It said it's one of the biggest, if not the biggest houseboats ever made.
Yeah.
And the most expensive, more than $2 million. So if you're wondering what it looks like, you can go on Sunset Marina's Facebook page and check that out.
It really is.
But
I mean,
it was pretty impressive. Just to say, I would like to see it in person.
Anymore, there's very few times that I'm
But
like,
you're impressed.
Man, I wish I was rich like that.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I was rich like that.
I know.
I don't know if I'd spend it on that, but I might. It's nice.
It's very nice.
It's cool.
Oh, you would if you had the money. You'd be having parties on that thing all the
Probably.
time.
Yeah. Coming up, your 2 cents. That's brought to you by our friends over at Freedom Pond. They're located at 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta. Yurt.
Have you ever camped out to buy concert tickets? If so, who was it?
No,
I've never camped out, but I did stand in line a long time for Garth Brooks. And guess what?
What? You didn't get them.
But this is even worse. The person in front of me, no joke, in front of me, last pair of tickets.
No way.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? Last pair of tickets.
Man.
But I did finally get to see him in concert.
I stood in line for Jimmy Buffett tickets once, but that was in the mall at the sound shop.
Yeah, those were fun times.
So, I mean, I was like inside.
Right.
So I don't know if that counts.
But I mean, as far as camped out, I would never camp out for anybody.
No.
And that was the only time I stood in a line along, like, a couple of hours.
Yeah. Wow.
But I mean, there were people that camped out all night.
Oh, of course.
Because that was when he was first coming on the scene, had gotten really big.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, it would have been better if it was just 20 people in front of me instead of right. And I was like, oh, good. I'm right here at it.
You had hope.
Yeah.
And then that hope was shattered.
Oh.
But then eventually you got to see Garth, right?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah. I think everybody's probably seen Garth by now. All right, head over to News Talk 1077 at 1400 The Hub on Facebook, or Good Morning Cookeville, and get it on our topic today. If you ever camped out for concert tickets, we'll get into that a little bit later here on Good Morning Cookeville, live in the Willow Window studio. We'll be right back.
Discover unbeatable value at Freedom Pond, your ultimate one-stop shop. Conveniently located at 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta, we offer a vast selection of guns, ammo, knives, instruments, cameras, game systems, jewelry, tools, kayaks, trailers, and more. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, our expert team is here to help. We're now open on Mondays, so visit Freedom Pond Monday through Saturday. Come see us and experience the difference. Freedom Pond, the friendliest and cleanest pawn shop in the Upper Cumberland.
Your home, your sanctuary. This includes your outdoor haven as well as the interior of your home. Willow Window can elevate your outdoors today with elegant and innovative products from SummerSpace. From awnings and outdoor shades to porch enclosure systems, transform your porch to your favorite part of your home. SummerSpace has the perfect solution specific to your needs.
Come see them at Delmonico Winery this weekend for the 2025 Upper Cumberland Home Show.
Discover the true essence of fine dining at Fire and Vine Restaurant and Rooftop Bar in Cookeville, where every meal is a masterpiece. Indulge in their exquisite menu featuring locally sourced ingredients and expertly crafted dishes that ignite your taste buds. And this Friday, be sure to get your Fire and Vine half-price Upper Cumberland Deal $25 gift card for just half price. Don't miss it. It's this Friday at 9 a.m.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear an EJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Aminette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Only two things in life are certain, death and taxes. How about one more? Switch from Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile to cut your bill in half with Pure Talk. For just $25 a month, you get unlimited talk, text, 5 gigs of data on America's most dependable 5G network. Making the switch, it's simple, fast, and easy. You dial pound 250, you say the keyword Pure Talk, and make the switch. You do it now, you save an additional 50% off your first month. Pure Talk, wireless, by Americans, for Americans.
1077 and 1400, The Hub.
Morning Cookeville.
Jason and Sheila. Good morning, Cookeville.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila. We're here live in the Willow Window Studio. It's 6:22 now.
We have some great guests coming in this morning. Steve Taboo from the River Community Church.
All right.
We're going to talk about some plans coming up for a drone show.
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
Yeah, we'll talk to him about that. Then we'll touch base with Putnam County Mayor Randy Porter.
All right. Going to have some great guests coming up after 7 o'clock. Right now, it's Your 2 Cents. That's brought to you by Freedom Pond, 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta. Head on down there, find some great items for sale, and especially their guns. Oh, my. Plenty of them. Great selection.
When you say they're your guns and ammo store, you need to check that out if you don't know what we're talking about. I mean, if you're a hunter or if you just need one for safety, they've got every kind of gun.
Every kind.
And the question today, Your 2 Cents, have you ever camped out to buy concert tickets? If so, who was it? Do people camp out anymore? That was more back.
No, I think now you try to get in the queue.
Yeah.
When you're online, get in the queue.
Get in the zone. No, get in the queue.
And then they've got their fan club. Then you can sign up for a pre-sale, and
they got all the computerized things now.
They've made it no fun.
Yeah. But I mean, you and I wouldn't have camped out for tickets anyway.
Oh, no.
I mean, unless somebody was coming back from the dead. And then it would have to be somebody really special.
Has to be somebody real good.
Yeah. So, have you ever camped out for concert tickets? I always like the stories of those that have, though.
Yeah.
Toby said, nope, but I stayed up after a night shift to stand in line for Garth Brooks tickets, got off at 6 a.m., then got in line. That was a long day for him, but he didn't say if he got the tickets or not. I hope he did.
I bet he did.
I bet he did, too, yeah. Jim said, nope, not worth it.
Hey, it's not.
And then Johnny Ferguson, sorry, never have, never will.
I certainly won't now. Could you imagine?
Oh, gosh.
I couldn't even make it to the show probably. My back would be out.
Yeah. And standing on concrete?
Oh.
I mean, that's way worse than,
Sleeping on concrete like that.
There's no way.
I'd have to find me a spot in the flower bed or something.
That would still be rough.
Yeah.
Shanna said, in 2000, it was the Judge reunion, Rupp Arena. She waited in line and got it.
Ooh.
Camped out.
For the Judds.
Yeah, reunion tour. That was a good tour. I mean, it seemed like it because it was broadcast on TV. I didn't really go to the concert.
I know. I wouldn't mind to have gone, but
as far as camping out,
certainly wouldn't camp out.
Yeah. Tex said no concert is worth that at all. Camping out for it.
No. I mean, they're right.
Kevin said he camped out for Boston. I bet that was a good show, but I wouldn't have camped out for him. I mean, I can't think of anybody I'd camp out for.
I can't either.
Even when I was younger, who would I have camped out for?
And I'll say this, and I don't mean for it to sound any sort of,
Usually when he sets up something this way.
Big way, Okay. Like I don't want to make it seem like I'm, right?
Yeah.
I'm concerted out.
Oh, no, I feel the same way about myself because we've been in radio for quite some time.
Yeah, there's some concerts I didn't even want to go to.
Yeah, and then we had to for
you had
activities, and I'm sure you announced at certain concerts, and now I've seen pretty much everybody I want to see.
Absolutely.
There's one that I really want to see that I haven't, and I probably won't get to see, and that's Bruce Springsteen. I think he'd be good and stuff, but I don't know if he'd be as good now as he was in his younger days. So it's like I really in the crowd now.
Listen, if I absolutely, positively need to have my concert bucket filled up, I'll go out to one of these tribute bands that Hip Cookville's bringing in.
Let me tell you, that's a fun night, and it's not too. I mean, it's
good
just
enough for me.
Yeah, and people that's in the audience.
Right. I can go home.
Yeah, you go right to your car.
Right.
Just few. You only have to go a few blocks, if that.
But then again, I'm old. So, but when I was
settled into it now,
when I was younger, it didn't bother me so bad.
It's not like I don't really have crowd anxiety. It's just it gets on my nerves because I'm like,
just people get on my nerves.
I'd rather be home. I don't want to deal with the people. The crowds. It's like, just get out of my way. I've got to get to my car.
Yeah, I feel that way at the grocery store. Can't imagine what it'd be like at it.
Really, society has made us that way because now I shop online, then go pick it up.
Right.
We're spoiled.
Sooner or later, you can just order a hologram that shows up at your house and sings for you.
Jason, I'd like that.
Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be great.
Kind of creepy.
Would it?
I think so.
You wouldn't have to deal with all the people.
Yeah.
But then.
Don't you think it'd be creepy with a hologram?
Yeah, especially if it's somebody like Whitney Houston, somebody's passed.
Somebody's dead. And then AI could talk to you. You're like, hey, Sheila, it's me.
So scary.
Whitney,
thank you for loving me all these years.
Uh-huh.
You know it's the greatest love of all.
And then she goes into singing that.
Oh, no, I'd kind of like it.
Saves your favorite song to last.
Yeah. Let's see. I was thinking,
there's a whole new business there.
Look at you and your ideas.
A hologram concert.
Well, you need to quit telling everybody your ideas. You need to do something about this. You could be a millionaire and own one of those boats that we talked about.
Well, I might get me a Powerball. It's up to $500 million right now. So
billion.
Yeah, 515 million, I think, is where it's at.
Well,
is that all you got?
We've got a lot more, but I know we're running out of time. Nancy Kelly said she has camped out for NSYNC. Nancy.
Aww.
Travis Tritt, Michael camped out for him, and then Robin camped out for AC/DC.
AC/DC, man, that'd be one if I was going to camp out.
That'd be in a good show.
I'd think about that one.
Yeah.
I saw them in Guns N' Roses.
Oh, I bet that was good.
It was great.
And that was when Guns N' Roses actually wrote.
Well, yeah.
The band was still good today, but Axl has lost a little bit.
It was, back in the day.
Back when he had long hair. And
Yeah,
was
Guns
like,
N' Roses opened for AC/DC.
that was when they were first starting out.
No, it wasn't when they first starting out, but it
They
was.
had a lot of hits
I
already.
mean, Appetite for Destruction had been out for a while. Then
That's a great album.
Patience, I think, was out by then, or that Liar Liar EP. Anyway, they were well on their way, is what I'm getting at. 6:30 now, and coming up, spoiler alert. Here in just a little bit, things going on in the world of entertainment, music. We're live here in the Willow Window Studio.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. The U.S. Marine Corps has charged a Cookeville man with premeditated murder in the death of his spouse. The Herald-Citizen reports that charges against Staff Sergeant Alonzo Alcantara came nearly 7 months after the alleged incident took place on Marine Corps Base Hawaii. Alcantara will face a court-martial. People who travel Genesis Road in Cumberland County may have to rely on an alternate route later this year. TDOT says repairs to the road between Catoosa Canyon Road and Obed Pines Road will begin late summer or early fall. The agency says the project will require a complete closure in the area with detours put in place in both north and southbound traffic lanes. The work expected to take 180 days to complete. That's the news from WHUB. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
The Fox Business Report is brought to you by Paul Winkler Incorporated, now with an office in Cookeville, creating confident investors. PaulWinkler.com.
I'm Susan Lee, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Auto stocks are under pressure after President Trump revealed tariffs on all auto imports to the U.S. effective April 3rd. The tariffs will cover finished cars and parts, though parts that are compliant with the U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement will remain tariff-free for now. Trading app Robinhood Markets, known as the platform for meme stocks, is adding new services, as the median age of its customers is now up to 35. The Wall Street Journal says Robinhood will be adding wealth management tools and investment portfolios. Discount fashion chain H&M continues to see the impact of shipping disruptions in the Red Sea. Its earnings in the recent quarter were lower than expected, sales up just 2%. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Posola. Invested in you.
Something amazing is happening here. Scientists are using AI to study how whales talk to each other. CDW experts can give researchers the power to process complex data with HP workstations, advanced by AMD Ryzen Threadripper Pro processors. With easier handling of AI workloads, your organization can bring powerful insights to the surface. Make amazing happen. HP, AMD, and CDW. Learn more at cdw.com.
Upper Cumberland weather.
Brought to you by the Habitat for Humanity's Habitat Restore, located at 560 South Jefferson in Cookeville.
This is your latest forecast from News Talk 107.7 and 1400, The Hub.
From the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio, I'm Anthony Taylor with your Wednesday morning forecast. Despite chilly temperatures to start the day, we'll warm up nicely with plenty of sunshine to go around. Highs this afternoon will top out in the low to mid-60s. West-northwest winds at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Skies will be mostly clear overnight with lows around 40. Winds will be calm. Thursday will be mostly sunny with highs around 70.
If you own a gun, you have a full-time responsibility. When you aren't using it, be sure it can't get into the hands of curious children, troubled teenagers, a thief, or anyone else who might misuse it. Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. Remember, always, lock it up. For more information on firearm storage safety, visit ncpc.org. This message brought to you by the National Crime Prevention Council, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, and the Ad Council.
So you see, son, good manners are very, very important. Someday, many years from now, when you're a grown-up, you'll be a man. And when you are, you should be a gentleman. Do you want me to go through it one more time?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, and excuse me. Sit up straight, hold doors open for ladies. If a door's shut, then knock first. Don't burp, don't swear, don't speak with your mouth full, don't reach across people's plates, keep your elbows off the table.
What table?
And don't interrupt. While we're at it, don't stare, don't use foul language, don't call people names, but do remember people's names. Always share your toys, play nice, and cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. On the bus, give up your seat to anyone who has trouble standing. Bottom line, treat others the way you'd like to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
And stop picking your nose.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But spending just 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier and could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. That's 2min2x.org. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila.
On 1077 and 1400, The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're in the Willow Window Studio. It's 6:35.
And it's 38 right now, so we're starting out kind of chilly. Then by the afternoon, if you take that jacket this morning, you probably forget it. You got to shed it. Shed it. If I talk too fast, it sounds like I'm saying something.
Sheila,
Shed.
you almost get us in trouble all the time.
No, but it's like my granny. I'm using my granny language, and she didn't cuss. It was just get shed of it.
Right.
But you'll that jacket. It'll be 70 degrees by this afternoon. It's sunny.
Mm-hmm.
You have to take the jacket off, is what I meant.
Looking forward to it.
Not everybody's as country as me.
Well, I mean, just
If I say it real fast and they just tuned
Right.
in, they're like, "What is Sheila saying?"
sometimes people don't hear it right.
Well, I can see it did sound like it could have been another word, but it
Right.
wasn't.
That's all I'm saying. Spoiler alert, things going on in the world of entertainment and music here. Paul Rudd's going to be on Jimmy Fallon, and musical guest is Charlie Crockett. Which
I don't know who that is.
Me neither, but I like his name, Charlie Crockett.
He sounds like a good old boy.
Sounds like somebody that,
We'd know.
Right. What are you doing this afternoon? Oh, Charlie Crockett's coming over. NCAA basketball tournament gets started today again.
Yeah.
And then Tennessee plays tomorrow afternoon. So we'll get in that with Upper Country Reporter tomorrow. Next Level Chef is on Fox. Farmer Wants a Wife is on Fox.
I can't believe that show's still on.
Apparently people watch it.
I've seen like 2 episodes.
I do like when they show a promo for it.
The promos are funny.
I do like that.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm keeping up with it that way.
Just a little dab with the
That's
promo.
all I need. I just
Yeah.
need like a 2-minute recap.
That's kind of why we do spoiler alert, because it's like we want to know what's going on, but we don't want to have to watch all of it.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't ever tell what happened. I will say Candace Cameron Burr
Yeah.
she got unmasked last night on The Masked Singer.
Oh, I missed that.
She was the cherry blossom.
I think she's adorable
Yeah.
still. Yeah.
Suits LA is on NBC. Grey's Anatomy's on ABC. And then Accused. Did I do it?
Is that like a 2020 thing?
That's on A&E. That's one of those Sheila shows.
I don't watch A&E a lot. I watch the ID.
Well, same
because
thing.
that's true stuff.
is
Isn't A&E? Aren't they like more of a movie version of it?
No, I think A&E is the same. They have the same type of shows.
So maybe I need to start watching A&E more.
I think, yeah.
See, when I do that, my husband gets worried when I watch a lot of murder shows.
Well, you can say this one's
I
on.
don't know why. We've been married 34 years. I've never tried to murder him.
You can say this one's on A&E.
He won't fall for that.
On streaming, Bosch Legacy, that's on Amazon. From Rockstar to Killer.
Oh, that sounds like a good one.
That's going to be on Netflix, a limited series of that.
So is that true? Like true stories on that?
I don't know.
From Rockstar to Killer.
Gold and Greed. That's on Netflix, season 1.
That sounds good.
Also on Netflix, Survival of the Thickest.
Is that losing weight?
I have no idea. It just sounded really, really funny to me. Survival of the thickest. That's season 2 on Netflix. I know.
That it hasn't even been recommended for me.
Me neither. And a series premiere on Max called Paul America.
That sounds odd.
Hadn't heard of that either.
You know, titles really make me want to tune in or not. So they need to rename that one. Except I do like the America part.
Yeah.
But Paul America? Who's this Paul?
I don't know. CBS is canceled After Midnight, hosted by Taylor Tomlinson after 2 seasons. The show replaced the Late Late Show after James Corden left.
Oh, I've never even seen that.
Didn't
even know it existed.
Me neither. Netflix has given an 8-episode series order to a live-action reimagining of Scooby-Doo.
Huh.
Scooby-Doo's never going away.
Well, I don't think he should.
Scooby-Doo's always getting reinvented. Have you noticed that through the years?
Yeah. But I've been okay with him through the years.
Scooby's timeless, I guess. Scrappy Doo always got
I didn't like him.
my nerve.
He was a smart aleck.
I didn't like Scrappy.
He didn't behave himself.
No.
Scooby was a loyal
fella,
just a big old goofy lovable lug.
They never needed Scrappy.
Scrappy walked around like, I'm better than Scooby.
To find shenanigans.
Yeah. He just seemed more cocky.
Yeah.
He acted more like a cat.
I just didn't like it.
But then again, I like cats when they act cocky. But I expect that from a cat. I expect a dog to be a dog.
He was unneeded.
Yeah.
All I'm saying. Like Olivia on the Cosby Show. Completely unneeded.
That's that one that came along real later.
Yeah.
Because all the kids were grown up and they thought we were going to throw a kid in.
Yeah.
She was cute though.
Actress and model Cindiana Santillano.
Ooh.
Totally
messed that name up, I'm sure.
But I sounded like I knew. It
sounded important.
Yeah. Who made notable appearances in Married with Children and ER, passed away at a Los Angeles hospital after an emergency medical call, according to People magazine. She also danced in the music video for Young MC's Bust a Move and opens the video for Jane's Addiction Stop.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Now that you said that with the videos.
Yeah. She was like kind of like a Tawny Katane, I guess.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I hate to hear that about
That was funny. You paused a little bit. You were thinking of Tawny on that car. Here I go again. White Snake. I mean, all us girls wanted to be Tawny on that car, and all the guys, well, they wanted to be with Tawny.
Or the car.
Yeah, you didn't even know there was a car, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was a Jaguar.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
I guess I was too caught up in like, I wish my legs were that long. I've got corgi legs.
Yeah, you look, no offense to it, you look fun. He's all get out rolling around on a.
They'd be like,
what's the matter with Sheila?
Sheila's done lost her mind. That little tiny short girl rolling around on a car.
She having some sort of convulsion or something?
That Tony with that long hair and those long legs, she looked great.
Yeah, the rest of us just look like we should call the cops. Tony Katane's on there like, wait a minute.
We're like, she's not crazy. You look like that rolling around in a car.
Wait. Let's see where this goes, fellas.
Yeah, exactly. They'd call the cops on me.
Yeah. Marvel Studios has officially announced the cast for Avengers Doomsday. The ensemble cast will have Chris Hemsworth as Thor, Anthony Mackie as Captain America.
Excuse me.
Tom Hiddleston as Loki. Paul Rudd as Ant-Man. Letitia Wright as Shuri. And Florence Pugh as Yelena Belova.
All right. You need to stop.
Well, I should have stopped with Paul Rudd as Ant-Man because I didn't know who the rest of them were.
Yeah, me either. But you know, I haven't really watched any of those movies.
New additions feature Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm and Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards from the upcoming Fantastic Four reboot.
I like that Pedro. He's cool. He's with The Last of Us, that show that's real popular on, I think it's HBO.
Yeah. Robert Downey Jr. is going to be Dr. Doom again. So
he's very entertaining.
So if you're into those movies, they got an all-star lineup.
Oh, yeah, great cast.
I'll probably watch it when it's on Netflix.
Yeah, when it's streaming.
One of those things. All right, here. Kermit the Frog's going to deliver the 2025 commencement address at the University of Maryland.
Wouldn't that be fun?
But isn't their mascot turtles?
Well, amphibians.
Either way, it's not easy being green, is
right.
it? Coming up, we've got the real good, a couple of stories that are positive and uplifting. That's coming up next. And Ask Jason, which I didn't do too good yesterday.
Are you up to 7, though? Is it 7?
I don't
You got 3 on Monday, 2 on Tuesday.
So that's 6. I'm up to 6.
Okay, and 1 yesterday.
6, yeah.
You could have just let me think it was 7.
I could have. That'd have been unfair, Sheila.
Yeah.
I don't want to be unfair.
I was really impressed with Monday. It's been downhill since that.
Yeah, I started.
It's not easy.
I started off strong and petered out.
It's not easy being green. It's not easy answering these questions.
No. So all that's coming up next. So hang out with us here on Good Morning Cookeville. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. We'll be right back.
Then Jesus went about all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues, preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing every sickness and every disease among the people. Matthew chapter 9, verse 35. Hello, Upper Cumberland. This is Jesse Flowers with the Jerry Whitson Road Church of Christ. Join us every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. on our radio program, Words of Exhortation, as we study through the Gospel of Matthew right here on WHUB. May the Lord bless you as you serve Him and serve others.
Join Upper Cumberland Habitat for Humanity for their Race to Build Hope 5K Run Walk, Saturday, March 29th at 8 a.m. at the Livingston Central Park. The race is supporting Upper Cumberland Habitat for Humanity's mission to build affordable homes and strengthen communities. So lace up and join the fun Saturday, March 29th at 8 a.m. at Livingston Central Park. There will also be a restore truck set up in the public parking lot across from Central Park from 9 to 12 this Saturday for people to drop off any donations they have. To register, visit uchabitat.org.
Life in Tennessee is full of milestones. Your first car, a new home, the family you build, and the business you've worked so hard to grow. Through it all, Farm Bureau Insurance is there to make sure the important things like auto, home, life, and small business are well taken care of. Because when life moves forward, you deserve the peace of mind to enjoy every step along the way. Visit FBITN.com to find the right coverage for your auto, home, life, or business. Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Tennessee Insurance for Tennessee Life.
This is the best time to buy America's best-selling trucks. This is Ford Truck Month. Hey guys, this is Jeff Root, General Manager at Ford Lincoln of Cookeville. Now is the time to buy a new Ford truck from Ford of Cookeville. You can get up to $15,000 off MSRP for a limited time during Ford Truck Month. All of our trucks are marked down to the best prices they'll have all year. Come see us, 1600 Interstate Drive, or visit us online anytime at FordLincolnofCookeville.com.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? Yikes. When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Here's how to get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Plans start at just $20 a month, and that's not a short-term promo. Our U.S.-based experts will get you switched and saving in about 20 minutes. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing.
Elevate your space with high-quality window treatments from Willow Window. Our dedicated team crafts custom solutions featuring sleek blinds, elegant shades, custom interior and exterior shutters, and luxury drapery tailored to your style. Transform your windows into stunning focal points that enhance your home's charm. Reach out to us today for your complimentary estimate. 931-WINDOW-1.
Jason and Sheila. Good Morning Cookeville. 1077 and 1400, The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here with you. We are in the Willow Window studio. Thanks so much for tuning in, watching us on whether it's Facebook this morning, YouTube, Hub Plus, Channel 192. We really do appreciate you listening, watching, however you're doing it.
We really do. Coming
It's
up.
6:49 now.
Sorry, I'm not used to stepping on you. I was like ready to talk about our guest.
You've been really getting in there this morning.
I'll try. I'm on it. I think it's the caffeine I've had. Yeah. Steve Taboo from the River will be in a little after 7. A drone show is coming up.
Yeah, a big one.
If you've not heard of, because I mean, this is the first time I'd heard of something like this.
Yeah.
And it sounds really cool.
Yeah.
So he'll be talking more in depth about that. Then Putnam County Mayor Randy Porter is in with us at 7:30, and stay tuned for that because Jason's probably gonna act up.
Well, I mean, I've got to be like, well, here
Jason was the first to really say Home Depot and Target was coming.
Yeah.
But nobody confirmed it for him. But he kept on until finally.
I knew I was right.
He didn't have anything to do with them coming. He just said that's who it is.
I knew I was right.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, here we go with the real good. A couple of stories that are positive and uplifting. Josie Francis of Los Angeles has a special relationship with her 4-year-old bunny named Phoebe, and shares stories about Phoebe on social media. About a year ago, Josie started collecting the fur shed of Phoebe with the hopes of creating soft yarn, which could be turned into a beanie hat. Through her social media connections, Josie found someone to spin the fur into yarn and another artist to knit the yarn into a hat.
So Bunny Beanie.
Mm-hmm. The project was a huge success. Not only did Josie get a beanie hat, but the artist was also able to knit a mini version of the hat for Phoebe.
Oh my goodness, a little bunny with a bunny hat.
Yeah. And now Josie hopes to ramp things up and create more Phoebe beanies to help sell to the public. I already know I'm going to want to wear this every day of my life, Josie said. No, you're not. But that's okay.
But it's her bunny Phoebe's hair, too, fur.
So much love went into every step of this process, and the official release date of Phoebe Babies is expected to be announced
That's
soon.
cute.
Yeah. One more here. For the past 10 years, Joe Khalil has been a school bus driver for the Bryant School District of Arkansas. Through the years, she's seen students getting on and off her bus that don't have shoes or socks on. Even some chilly weather, they wouldn't have shoes or socks on.
Oh.
Man. It was the memory of those kids that inspired her to do something special while out shopping for supplies. Joe expected just to run in and out of the store, but saw that the store was trying to get rid of their kids' shoes, selling them for just $1 a pair. So she bought them all, 75 pairs of shoes, knowing that they go to help kids, but not knowing exactly how it was going to happen. Joe then made a connection with a local charity called Kids Closet, which has been providing free clothes to kids since 2008. It was a perfect match as Joe's donated shoes were quickly made available to kids in need. So good stuff there from both of those stories. Josie Francis, thank you so much. And Joe Khalil, y'all are both real good.
Now it's time for Ask Jason. He has gotten 6 right on the week. Let's see if he can get some more right. The topic on this is sleep habits. Sleep habits.
All right, sleep habits. All right, Sheila, I am ready for sleep habit questions.
All right, question number 1. Research.
I'm Sean Connery.
Research shows people who are the most attractive get the most of this. What is it?
You said this. What's the topic?
Sleep habits.
Good-looking people sleep the most.
It's true. So I told
Wonder why that is. Are they good-looking and that makes them sleep more, or they sleep more and that makes them good-looking?
Let me tell you, when you don't get enough sleep, it shows like under your eyes.
Let me tell you, believe me,
and
I
you're
know.
not as vibrant. You don't smile as much. You're tired. You look mopey.
Half of Putnam County told me I look fat, sick, and tired.
You look like you've lost weight, though.
I have lost weight.
Good job. And you're getting lots of sleep.
I'm almost back down to my fighting weight.
You're fighting weight. I like it.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 2, sleep habits.
Okay.
People who have one of these sleep better than people who don't. What is it?
One of these. Is these something you can have at home?
Yeah, you could.
You could have one of these at home. Like exercise.
That's a good answer.
Something
That's
like-
not it.
Something to put your energy into.
I would have probably said, and this is wrong too, but like a good pillow or some kind of bedding that would help you sleep better.
Yeah, but that would be wrong too.
Yeah. People who have one of these sleep better than people who don't. It's a job.
Oh, well, of course.
And a lot of people work from home these days too.
Okay.
So that's why I said they could have
That's
it.
true. Yeah.
Yep.
I was thinking, man, if they had some sort of like treadmill at home.
And you
or
know, I've heard people do sleep
gym
better that work
membership.
out too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, the last question. You've got,
Oh,
got
man.
one right, so you are up to 7 for the week so
Can't believe
far.
I didn't
Can
get
you
that
get
one right.
8?
I don't know.
I think you could.
I don't know.
1 in 4 men do this while sleeping, but less than 1 in 10 women do this. What is it?
Snore's probably too obvious of an answer.
Yeah, that's not it. 1 in 4 men do this while sleeping, but less than 1 in 10 women do it.
So men do it more than women.
Right.
Okay. So it's obviously something dirty or inappropriate. So some would think.
Yeah, maybe. It's not as dirty as what you're probably thinking.
I don't know. I was going to say like sleep with just your underwear on or something.
Oh, you're close.
Sleep naked.
Yep, sleep naked. 2 for today, so that's 8. Jason gets 8. 8 is great.
Yeah.
Congratulations, got 8 for the week. That's good.
I had some good hints there, though. I did. Had some good hints.
Yeah.
So I appreciate those.
Yeah, especially when I said sleep habits, and then the first answer was sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that.
I know. Yeah.
That was kind of a give me on.
I didn't
on
really
that
look
deal.
at the answers well, but yeah, good job.
Man, so the record is what, 12?
Yeah, I believe so.
I can't. Only got one more day. I can't beat the record. Yeah, I can't beat the record, even if I get them all. Even if I get them all tomorrow.
But I think you've done very well. Very well.
Well, it's been fun. We need to have Matthew back in from the Baxter Library. I like to.
You know, he had good questions.
We competed against
Yeah,
each other. I like to do a whole trivia show. Wouldn't that be fun?
Then I get nervous when I compete.
Not like for the show, like a special on Hub Plus. Like
Oh, yeah.
like a game show.
And then we'd
trivia
have
show.
Matthew make up all the questions because he was great at
It was
it.
great.
Yeah.
Coming up, we've got Steve Taboo. Also, it looks like he brought Matt Reap with him, and Matt is from Pyrotechnico, so they're the ones who put in on all the fireworks shows and now drone shows. And I can't wait for y'all to hear about what they've got planned. It's awesome.
Oh, that's
And then Randy Porter. We'll talk about stuff going on in Putnam County, but I also want to really talk to him about this new Target and Home Depot.
You said
Who would have thought?
a long time ago that it was going to come,
Who would have thought?
but he never would confirm. finally confirmed.
I knew it the whole time. So that's coming up. Stick with us here on Good Morning Cookeville. We're live in the Willow Window studio. We'll be right back.
This is News Talk 107.7 and 1400, The Hub. Good Morning Cookeville, W299BY, 107.7 FM, and AM 1400, WHUB Cookeville.
Pushing back on the Signal group chat controversy. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
I think it's all a witch hunt, that's all. I think it's a witch hunt. I wasn't involved with it. I wasn't there.
And President Trump says the military strikes being discussed in that chat, hitting Houthi rebels in Yemen, were unbelievably successful. But the issue remains how a journalist was mistakenly invited into that chat. Fox's Jennifer Griffin reports from the Pentagon.
Current and former military officials tell me these operational details shared in an unclassified setting would be considered a breach in national security, often resulting in punishment for the service member who releases them. The texts were posted by Defense Secretary Hegseth 2 hours before the airstrikes began.
Now, Democrats want a full investigation. Senator Roger Wicker, chair of the Armed Services Committee, is calling for an expedited Inspector General review. Days before reciprocal tariffs take effect targeting countries that charge for American exports, President Trump announces a new one.
What we're going to be doing is a 25% tariff on all cars that are not made in the United States.
Auto parts that are imported will also face that tariff starting April 3rd, and the president says it'll boost U.S. manufacturing long term, but it could lead to more retaliatory tariffs from Canada and the European Union. More legal setbacks for the president. An appeals court has refused to block a judge's order that tens of thousands of fired federal workers be rehired. Another appeals court kept in place a block on using the Alien Enemies Act to deport migrants without hearings.
The court declined to issue a stay on the lower court's temporary restraining order, noting due process protection concerns for those targeted for deportation.
That's Fox's Chanley Painter. And that judge had ordered 2 flights of alleged Venezuelan gang members turn around, but they did not. And Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem visited the jail in El Salvador where they are now housed.
If you come to our country illegally, this is one of the consequences you could face.
America's listening to Fox News.
Hey, folks, your friend Sean Hannity here. Sadly, imagine a scenario where you or your loved ones face a threat. Your first instinct might be to resort to lethal force, but it is crucial to consider a safer, less lethal alternative first to avoid the legal complications associated with deadly firearms. Byrna's less lethal pistol launcher is equipped with tear gas, kinetic ammunition. It's designed to incapacitate any attacker for up to 40 minutes. Here's a real-life account from a Byrna customer named Adam. Now, Adam encountered a road rage driver who aggressively approached him. Adam dialed 911, armed himself with his Byrna launcher. He aimed the laser at the aggressor's chest. The driver returned to his vehicle and awaited the police. Byrna, it's legal in all 50 states. It requires no background checks, can be shipped directly to your door. Just go to Byrna.com/Hannity. You get 10% off as a discount. That's BYRNA.com/Hannity. And check out their videos while you're there.
How to keep helping Ukraine battle Russia. That is a big discussion going on today in Paris, where France's president is hosting talks with more than 30 countries, along with NATO and European Union leaders, discussing a possible peacekeeping force as the U.S. keeps up ceasefire talks with both Russia and Ukraine, as the war also rages in Gaza, where Israel's taken out another Hamas leader.
Abdul Latif al-Qanua was killed in an Israeli airstrike in northern Gaza. The Hamas spokesman, the third senior figure killed since Israel resumed its offensive. The same strike in Jabalia injured another 6 people, while separate attacks in Gaza City and Khan Yunis killed at least 7 more. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu warning Hamas that the military action will intensify if the remaining hostages aren't released. Meanwhile, in a rare display of dissent, thousands of Gazans have marched for a second day in protest against Hamas. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
A police officer is being mourned in Northern California, Yuba County, where the Maryville officer was shot serving search warrants on alleged drug traffickers in a house. There were 2 people inside. Police say one of them is dead, another considered a witness. 4 people dead in a shooting in Florida.
Police in South Florida say a domestic argument led to the fatal shooting of a woman, an infant, and 2 toddlers, and the injury of 2 other people. This man lives in the Pembroke Park apartment complex near Hollywood, where it happened.
I just hit 8 shots coming from the 4th floor.
Sources tell News 7 Miami that the man rushed to the hospital with a 10-year-old girl was the shooter. Police have not said how the victims and the shooter are related. Carmen Roberts, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed up for the Dow, down for the NASDAQ the day after selling. The Dow fell 132 points. The NASDAQ plunged 372 yesterday. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. The U.S. Marine Corps has charged a Cookeville man with premeditated murder in the death of his spouse. The Herald Citizen reports that charges against Staff Sergeant Alonzo Alcantara came nearly 7 months after the alleged incident took place on Marine Corps Base, Hawaii. Alcantara will face a court-martial. Cookeville police have charged a man with stalking after he allegedly harassed a Golden Corral employee for over 2 months. 48-year-old Johnny Harry Farron arrested Friday after he allegedly damaged the victim's vehicle. Farron has posted bond and will appear in General Sessions Court next month. People who travel Genesis Road in Cumberland County may have to rely on an alternate route later this year. TDOT says repairs to the road between Catoosa Canyon Road and Obed Pines Road will begin late summer or early fall. The agency says the project will require a complete closure in the area with detours put in place for both north and southbound traffic. That's the news for WHUB. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is radio station WHUB, the voice of the Upper Cumberland in Cookeville, Tennessee.
Good morning.
Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila. We're here live in the Willow Window Studio. It's 7:06 now.
We've got some special guests in here with us. Steve Taboo from the River Community Church and Matt Reap. He is with Pyrotechnico. And we're going to talk about a drone show that's coming up pretty soon.
That's right.
If people don't know what we're talking about, we know what a drone is, but a drone show, I've never really seen one, but this is going to be fabulous. I guess we're going to let Matt talk a little bit about that because you are the specialist in everything cool shows.
yeah, for sure. So you speak on one drone. Imagine 500 drones in the sky building a picture to tell the resurrection of Jesus. And, and that's the point story that we're telling that day. It's wonderful. If you haven't experienced it yet, come out and experience it because this is not only a very rare experience at this time, it's going to be the first time in Tennessee that we've told a narrated story with drones.
Now, this would be the first drone, really anything in the Upper Cumberland,
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah.
And they are one of the coolest things I've ever seen, ever. I've always wanted to see one in person because I've seen the videos and stuff from some of these others, and they're amazing.
It's elaborate, isn't it?
Yeah. How does all that work, man?
So it's detailed. Pyrotechnico, drone technology is a new technology, and Pyrotechnico is one of the largest special effects fireworks company in America. And we have high-profile clients like Disney, SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, Super Bowl, and we know the river. and we know that it's a new technology, so I'm going to kind of lead into the background a little bit. We know that the drone shows are a new technology, and we've always promised our clients the best. So what we did is we actually teamed up with the designers that do the Disney shows, and they're from the Netherlands. And so that starts with Steve's, the Rivers, the churches from the Upper Cumberland's vision on how they want to say, this is what we want to see. This is what we want to tell.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go back to the people. It's really hard because their time change is a lot different.
Right.
And 4 o'clock in the morning, you're on a call and you're like, hey, this is what we're kind of tell. And then they start designing the pictures and designing the images. That then when they get all that designed, it's implemented into computer software and computer programs. You have to be a certified drone pilot. You have to file for the FAA flight plans.
Mm-hmm.
So the day
There's
of the
a lot involved that I didn't even think about. But yeah.
Well, this sounded like a lot more work than I thought it was.
I thought it was just cool.
Yeah.
That's me, and I'm
I
like,
should have been a one-liner over here with Steve. Cool.
Yeah.
But no, it's very interesting how everything goes into planning this, and then if you tell the resurrection, which is such an important story, you want it to be done right too, and you know that everybody's going to be watching it.
Well, yeah. Explain where people can see this.
So I had, I put it in perspective. I had somebody ask me, I live over by Prescott, and they were like, hey, I can see the tip of the cross. Is that good enough? Will I be able to see the whole thing? Yes, but you're probably not going to make out the image fully because our ceiling is at 400 feet. And if our drones are at 400 feet, this thing's the size of 4 football fields in the sky. So you go 400 feet and probably 200 feet down. So like the bottom will be at 200 feet, and then it's going to go up.
Back up. You said 4 football fields in the sky.
Absolutely.
That's covering a lot of sky.
It is. It is.
You said 500 drones?
500 drones.
Yeah, if you go online and watch these things, you'll see them over a city, and it puts it in perspective when you see it over the buildings.
Yeah.
And just how wide and how large it is. And they're saying that if it's a clear night, we'll be able to see it from Silver Point to Monterey.
Woo.
Yeah. So now you want to be north of I-40 if you can to get the frontal perspective.
Yeah.
But if you can see the top of the cross the top of the cross from the north side, you'll be able to see the whole thing perfectly. You'll be able to see it from anywhere.
Right.
If you can. If you're not blocked by a mountain or a tree right in front of you,
sure, yeah.
Like you might be in the hills of Tennessee, but we want everybody to get to see it. So we're telling them just north of I-40.
Come in town and just hang out in town for a little bit if you're worried about it. And,
give your business to the local restaurants.
Yeah.
So, Steve, was it your idea and you got
totally Steve's idea.
No. This was
not the pyro guys.
There was a great Bible study I did one time, and the guy's phrase was, look at where God's moving and join him. And so Matt and I share a love for Christmas lights. And I met him he'd come to the river, and his brother comes to the river, and we started talking about Christmas lights, and so we worked together to get the Christmas light display over at the river so you can see it on I-40 when you come.
Mm-hmm.
And he's great. He's got them all synced and everything. They sing, and they do all that cool stuff. I just say it's cool. That's what I know, right? Yeah, I'm like, I'll set them up. You plug it up.
Yeah.
and then he was telling me about all the fireworks that he does, and I'm like, man, that would be cool if we could do something here. And he's like, what if we did it above the cross? I was like, well, that would be awesome. And so we started talking about dates and doing it. Then he came back after doing the fireworks for the inauguration, and he's like, Steve, I have done fireworks for the President of the United States, but I want to do it for the King of Kings.
Oh, I love
and
that.
I was like, yeah.
Amen.
And so he comes in, and I was like, you just come and share with us what you could do. And he comes in and shows it to the team. And I was getting excited, and then we're
I love
talking
that y'all
Friday.
were open to that vision too.
Yeah,
because that's such a cool.
It does
vision.
take somebody with a little extra
crazy
to say
go ahead,
okay
go ahead
to
and
that.
say it, crazy.
It's the good, Steve. It's the good
fun
crazy.
Yeah.
It's the open vision.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, so he came in and he showed us the drone show of the resurrection, and I was like, man, I'm in. So our team started talking. We started talking. I started calling other pastors to see if other pastors wanted to get in. Grateful for other pastors. We've got a coalition of churches now. They're coming together to provide this. We didn't want to do any sponsorships. We wanted this to be a gift from the churches to the community on Good Friday. And so that's what we're doing. It's going to be a gift to the churches, from the churches to the community coming Good Friday. And we're going to get to tell the story of the gospel in the sky, kind of like God told the story of the coming of Jesus in the sky, with the star of Bethlehem. It's like this is going to be similar. Yeah. So we're pretty fired up.
And we're going to be able to broadcast the music and spoken word on 98.5 KISS FM. And then we'll have a little announcement about some other change that's coming that you'll also be able to hear because it's a mix of music and spoken word.
Yes.
How that'll go. So no matter where you're at, you'll be able to hear it on 98.5 and 107.7. So be sure to tune in wherever you're parked in Cookeville. You'll be able to hear it, and we really appreciate y'all reaching out to us about being the stations for that. I mean, I just think that's really, really cool, and
we're excited.
We're excited that we get to do it, man.
I was excited, but I'm even more excied hearing Matt talk about it and then thinking.
Matt will get you excited about stuff. Well, Matt and Pyrotechnico, they're the ones who do the fireworks show in Monterey. I know the president and whatever.
Yeah. He's done the fireworks for the president's inauguration.
But you've probably seen Matt's work.
But he's a local celeb, too.
If you've seen the Monterey fireworks show. So.
Yeah, I'm going to get a big head walking out here.
We'll talk to Steve and Matt a little bit more about this upcoming Good Friday drone show, Above the Cross, the story of the resurrection. We'll talk more with them up here in just a little bit on. Good morning, Cookeville, live in the Willow Window Studio.
You've prolonged it enough. 1 year quickly turned into 2, 2 years into 10, and now you've lost track of how long it's been since you've seen the dentist.
A trip to the dental office can be a scary thing for many people, but there is help. Hi, I'm Dr. Sandy Hayes.
And I'm Dr. Kevin Hayes. At Hayes Family Dentistry, we're changing the way people think about going to the dentist. We use the latest advancements in dental technology, including sedation dentistry, which offers hope to people who fear going to the dentist, or patients who need to have a lot of dental work done in just fewer appointments.
With one little peel, you'll ease into a state of relaxation, and all of your fears will melt away, allowing us to correct years of dental problems, often in just one visit.
For more information, call us at Hayes Family Dentistry, 931-526-1614. That's 931-526-1614, or visit hayesdentistry.com and find out how easy it is to have the smile you've always wanted.
Elevate your space with high-quality window treatments from Willow Window. Their dedicated team crafts custom solutions that perfectly blend style and practicality, featuring sleek blinds, elegant shades, custom interior and exterior shutters, and luxury drapery tailored to your style. Transform your windows into stunning focal points that enhance your home's charm and save you money. Come see them at Delmonico Winery this weekend for the 2025 Upper Cumberland Home Show. Hey guys, it's Philip Gibbons for Carlin Chevrolet. Aren't you tired of being sold a car by the other guys? And once you leave the lot, the dealership acts like they don't even know you anymore? Well, at Carlin Chevrolet, they're not in the business of just selling cars. They're in the business of making you family by having the #1 customer service in the Upper Cumberland for over 10 years and lifetime oil changes. Carlin Chevrolet on the corner of Spring and Willow, or carlinchevrolet.com. Carlin Chevrolet. Upfront, honest, home.
Only two things in life are certain, death and taxes. Well, now there's a third certainty. If you're with Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile, you could be saving a fortune every single month if you switch to my cell phone provider, a veteran-owned company called Pure Talk. Now, that's right, Pure Talk, my sponsor, is cutting the fat from the wireless industry. For just $25 a month, you can get unlimited talk and text, 5 gigs of data on America's most dependable 5G network, and the average family of 4 saving over $1,000 a year when they switch to Pure Talk. That's real money in your pocket for the exact same service. And with Pure Talk, you have U.S. customer service representatives. They'll make the switch simple, fast, and free and easy. To do it, dial pound 250, say the keyword save now to make the switch. Do it now. You save an additional 50% off your first month. pound 250, keyword save now, and start saving today. Pure Talk, wireless by Americans for Americans.
1077 and 1400, The Hub. Jason and Sheila. Good morning, Cookeville.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're in the Willow Window Studio. It's 7:19 now.
We're talking with Steve Taboo from the River Community Church and also Matt Reap from Pyrotechnica. We're talking about the drone show that's happening Good Friday over at the River Community Church just above the cross. 500 drones.
Now, y'all are telling me that even though it's happening right above the cross, the river, where the parking lot is there, may not be the best spot to see it. Is that right? Or tell me what the logistics are there.
So, yeah, it just depends. Obviously, their parking lot is a good spot to see it. I think Steve's doing a service that day.
I didn't know if you could be too close.
Well, the way we're backing it up a little bit, it'll be fine. But there'll be a service there at 6 o'clock at the church.
Okay.
And I mean, I'm sure there'll be extra spots open. But probably the best spot is just north of I-40.
Restaurant Row.
Restaurant Row,
Fairgrounds.
If you can see the cross, the top of the cross, the drone show is going to be about 100 feet above the top of the cross, 2 football fields wide, 2 football fields deep.
Yep.
I mean, it's going to be like huge.
Yeah.
Like it's hard for me to even think of something that massive.
No, I think we're all going to be taken aback.
Yeah.
When you say it's hard for me to think of something that massive, I want to talk about that cross just a little bit.
Okay.
Because that, to me, I didn't even realize just how special it was until I'm having a bad day or something. I will go up to that cross, and I'm thinking, as big as that cross is above me, God's even bigger than that.
Amen.
And I'm thinking, boy, you had a good vision when you wanted to put that up for us in the region.
Yeah. Well,
then now you've got the drone show that y'all are doing too. That's amazing.
Well, the cross was put up because God did such a miracle for us as a church. We were meeting in the school. We had no money. We were a bunch of college students, single parents, and broke pastors. And we were just praying for a location. And I drove by the cross on I-75 going from Knoxville to Chattanooga.
Yeah.
And they have one there.
Right.
And I literally just paused and did a Yui and went to the foot of that cross and prayed.
Illegal Yui.
Illegal. Let's
just put that out there. I mean, he's a man of the cloth, for God's sake.
I did think about cutting through the median, but I didn't. I didn't.
You didn't. And that's how you know.
That's right. That's right.
Well, at first, when that cross is up, and when we first had it, when y'all first put it up, I'm thinking, oh, what a beautiful thing for the city, and it's like a beacon when we're coming in. And then when you're sitting under it, if you've had a bad day, and I really got, God is so much bigger than even the tallest cross I've seen.
Yeah.
So it's just a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So I would say, to answer the question, we're having service at the river Friday night. We're going to allow a little time after service for people to leave. Traffic's probably going to be a little bit hectic. We don't want people to think that it's just the river, because this show wouldn't be possible if it wasn't from multiple churches from across the Upper Cumberland.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't want to just say, yes, please come to service on Friday. Bring a friend, have them check out the show. But like Steve said, Interstate Row, where you can see the cross, you'll see the show.
Yeah.
The resurrection story, growing up in church and stuff and going to church, you think everybody's heard it.
Yeah.
Everybody's heard about what happened.
But Jason, Cookeville is not Cookeville that
I know.
30 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say.
So many people have moved in, and I literally had that same exact conversation with somebody this week. I was like, if you grew up here, you do know the resurrection story.
Yeah, you've been, at bare minimum, you've been forced to go to at least one vacation Bible school in your life.
At least, yep. I didn't grow up in a Christian family, but my neighbors took me to vacation Bible school.
Right.
I went to Sunday school with some friends, so I at least knew the resurrection story, even though I didn't grow up in church. But so many people moving in from all around the world. We actually, I counted up, we had over 30 nations represented in our congregation 3 weeks ago.
Ooh.
Yeah, a lot of international students.
Unbelievable.
Yep, a lot of international students from the college, but people are just moving in from everywhere. I mean, we have church members from multiple nations around the world, and it's a great thing. I tell our people, listen, let's welcome everybody because the Lord's bringing them here to be a melting pot.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that we're getting to see different cultures, different flavors of life, and get to help them see that the greatest thing for us is the gospel. And I'll be honest, when we started talking this and we started talking price tags, I was like, oh man, that's overwhelming, because there's a lot that goes into this. Like he said, yes, you have to have a real pilot come in and do this kind of thing. But the Lord reminded me of the story of the woman who came in and poured her perfume, perhaps a year's worth of her income, over his feet to prepare him for the cross. And it says Judas was indignant because it was a waste of money, and yet the Lord celebrated it because it was preparing him for his mission. And I thought, you know what, this will be a lot of money, but this is going to be lifting up the name of Jesus Christ, celebrating his trip to the cross, but more importantly, his resurrection. And we're going to get to honor him, the King of Kings and Lord of Lords.
I'll tell you.
And to use your words, it's going to be cool.
Yeah. I'll tell you how wild it was for me. I was part of the sermon at the River Sunday, and we were out in Jackson.
He was the object. I was like, guys, quit sinning, and I brought Matt up on stage.
Along with that Bible he lost.
I didn't, but
yeah. So we were out in Jackson County Monday night at a soccer game, and I had somebody walk up to me, and they were like, hey, I know the person but don't know the person, and they were like, man, such a beautiful story. It was emotional, but let me tell you what I think was the best thing. She's like, she introduced me to her friend, and she said he's come out of a real bad marriage, and he was never allowed to go to church. And she said, how do I get somebody involved? And she's like, he's a computer coder, he's technology, he's etc. And she said, whenever I said, hey, have you ever thought about drones? You know what that is? And he was like, yeah. She was like, well, what if I could take you and show you the resurrection show on drones? And he was like, oh, I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
So, people that don't believe, or, maybe this draws their attention.
Sure, yeah, yeah. They hadn't. You're right. I mean, they've never been exposed to it, and what a way to expose people
in a fun way. I mean, really, being having a savior is a fun thing.
Yeah,
it's not like, I mean, people think it's so serious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, it kind of goes back to the old Easter plays they would do. Where they would spend a lot of time and effort to physically display it on stage, the cross and the resurrection. This just takes it to another level.
Right.
I really believe this is something for the whole Upper Cumberland.
Well, I do too.
For sure, yeah. And
I didn't mean anything disrespectful. I mean,
no, not at all.
Laughing and having fun. I think people are like, you got to be serious when you're talking about God, and you got to be. But this is something very fun, and it's going to be for families, and it's something all of us can enjoy.
Well, and also just a great kickoff to Easter weekend as well. Absolutely. I mean, what a great thing to do. If you can't make it out, though, and I get that some can't, you might have some, might be sick, or you might have somebody that you got to take care of at home, or
even a shut-in that would like to see it and can't get out.
We'll have it all live on Hub Plus as well, so you'll be able to watch it on either the Roku app. You can download that at Hub Plus, channel 192 on Spectrum in Twin Lakes. And then we'll have it on our YouTube as well. So if you can't get out and see it, and of course we'll have the soundtrack playing through that as well.
That's awesome.
And that'll all be synced up. So if you just for some reason can't get out in town or whatever, you can still see it. And we've never broadcast live a drone before, like a drone filming a drone.
Yeah, it sounds cool when you talk about
it. But we are that night.
Yeah.
And, so we're going to see what happens, and but it should be fun. And again, thank you for allowing us to be part of this great thing for our community. Thanks for thinking about it. And thanks for finding a way to do it.
And having the heart behind it too. That's what it's important too. I think it's some great folks behind this and some great churches behind
And again,
yes, there's more. Like I said, it's way more than just our church. There's multiple churches, and we're grateful.
I think that's the really cool thing about this community too, is that I know you and Bobby Davis over at Life Church have done a great job of trying to bring everybody together, all the preachers and stuff, and I think it's a great thing, and congratulations on being able to accomplish that.
Well, it's more fun. I mean, it's like
it is.
It's like, why do you just want to play by?
You don't want to just play
in
by
the
yourself.
sandbox,
Bring in your your friends.
It's more fun with friends, right? And I believe, I told people this all the time, is my goal is that every ship in this city will rise with the waves.
Yes.
And as all churches are healthy, I got 6 kids, so my kids may marry somebody from another church, and if they're going to that church, I want it to be an awesome church.
That's right.
So if we all partner together and seek the face of God together, and we're all healthy in Christ, that's the best play.
Steve Taboo and Matt Reap here talking about the big drone show. Good Friday is when it'll be. Is there a website up for this, or how do you have to?
EasterDroneShow.com.
EasterDroneShow.com.
Is it .com or Easter Drone Show? Is that right?
Now you got him questioning
I know.
himself, Steve.
Easter Drone Show. Just Google Easter Drone Show.
EasterDroneShow.com.
It's
.com.
Right, EasterDroneShow.com.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, you're good.
I was
just picking on you.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good.
Hey guys, we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jason, for being a part. We appreciate y'all.
Got County Mayor Randy Porter coming in next. We'll talk to him coming up in just a little bit on Good Morning Cookeville. We're live from the Willow Window Studio. Be right back.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. The U.S. Marine Corps has charged a Cookeville man with premeditated murder in the death of his spouse. The Herald Citizen reports that charges against Staff Sergeant Alonzo Alcantara came nearly 7 months after the alleged incident took place on Marine Corps Base Hawaii. Alcantara will face a court-martial. People who travel Genesis Road in Cumberland County may have to rely on an alternate route later this year. TDOT says repairs to the road between Catoosa Canyon Road and Obed Pines Road will begin late summer or early fall. The agency says the project will require a complete closure in the area with detours put in place in both north and southbound traffic lanes. The work expected to take 180 days to complete. That's the news from WHUB. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
TRN News.
Metro Nashville Police announced an arrest following a deadly shooting at William Pitts Park on the city's south side. 21-year-old Miguel Cruz Lopez was charged with criminal homicide Wednesday. He allegedly admitted to shooting and killing Francisco Amazon Rojas and taking his pickup truck and cell phone. The crime happened back in April 2024. Cruz Lopez is being held without bail. Temporary air conditioning units expected to be brought in after the air conditioning went out at 201 Poplar Monday. Fox 13 Memphis reporting some offices, like the district attorney's office, decided to close Tuesday due to the heat. Shelby County Sheriff Frank Bonner states repairs at the building have gotten so expensive he'd like a new one built. Bonner says the building has been in operation 24 hours a day for 40 years. I'm Lee Mowen.
Number 1 for news from across the state. This is the Tennessee Radio Network.
People all over the country join AmeriCorps Vista to build their community while they build their career.
AmeriCorps Vista provides a huge network with a lot of different opportunities, so you can find the position that works for you. It's a great opportunity to meet friends. It's a great opportunity to learn job skills.
AmeriCorps Vista members address poverty through economic development, education, youth mentorship, and more.
What motivated me to join AmeriCorps Vista was really just being able to give back to the community which I represent.
We can all kind of work together, work to our strengths, and create this network.
It allows me to be giving back to the community. We are allowing our next generation to be sustained.
Learn how you can build your community and your career at AmeriCorps.gov/Vista. That's AmeriCorps.gov/Vista.
East Tennessee roads are reopening 6 months after Hurricane Helene hit the area. 49 sections of state-operated roadways were closed due to this massive storm. The Tennessee Department of Transportation now says 44 of those areas are now open again. For a full list of roads that are still closed, visit tn.gov. A bill allowing chiropractors to treat animals making its way through the Tennessee legislature. It's the measure that would let chiropractors perform adjustments on non-human patients. Those wishing to practice on animals would be required to be licensed by the American Veterinary Chiropractic Association. However, some vets are speaking out against this measure, saying chiropractors shouldn't be working on animals. A teenager hurt after an accidental shooting in the Memphis neighborhood of Nutbush. Authorities said it happened Wednesday morning during a powder outage, with a 15-year-old boy reportedly grabbing the weapon and accidentally firing around in the dark, hitting his 18-year-old cousin. The victim's in critical condition, and there's no word yet on any charges being filed. I'm Lee Mowen, Tennessee Radio Network News.
Upper Cumberland weather.
Brought to you by the Habitat for Humanity's Habitat Restore, located at 560 South Jefferson in Cookeville.
This is your latest forecast from News Talk 107.7 and 1400, The Hub.
From the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio, I'm Anthony Taylor with your Thursday morning forecast. Another sunny and mild day is shaping up for us. Temperatures will quickly warm into the 60s by lunchtime, with highs this afternoon topping out around 70, south wind around 5 miles per hour. Tonight will be partly cloudy with lows in the lower 50s. Friday will be even warmer with partly sunny skies and highs in the mid to upper 70s.
Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila.
On 107.7 and 1400, The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're in the Willow Window Studio. 7:35 now.
We're happy to have Putnam County Mayor Randy Porter in here with us. And let me tell you, your social media has been shared a lot here lately.
Yeah.
Because the confirmation of Home Depot and Target, let me tell you, as excited as I am, I'm like, whew, I've been inundated with all those shares. That's like you can't get enough of it. You can't go anywhere on social media without seeing that.
That was that post set a record for
I
my
bet.
page with the most. Last I checked, about 310,000 people had viewed that.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, you know, little Cookeville, Tennessee. You know, Facebook.
Randy,
page
you
with
are
the-
trending.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah,
Trending.
that's the hip
You were
thing.
trending.
Actually, I'm trending.
Yeah.
So no, it was finally great to put it to bed.
Yeah, yeah.
That you know,
That's the
rumors,
most question y'all have gotten. And is it going to be a Home Depot?
I
or
mean,
Target?
come on. I've known for 2 years this thing is happening.
That's what everybody kept saying.
People
you know,
say that, but we want to say Randy or Lauren, neither one of them confirmed.
They
Because
never did. Boy, I tried every single time they were in
did.
here.
You were rough on them.
I tried, and they never would. Y'all stuck to that non-disclosure agreement like champs.
When
if I've ever got a deep secret, I know two people I can tell in me.
Yes, that they will keep that deep secret.
They'll keep it.
It's amazing how that project was up and down. We started working on it in 2018, and looked good, and then COVID hit. That knocked it down. Everything went to calling in or ordering online and picking it up and all those kind of things, and the stores just didn't do much expansion. And then it started about 2022 talking again, and we got all excited. I remember probably winter of 2022, first part of 2022, and thought it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, they came in and we met with them, and they said, you know, we decided that there was a lot of things going on. We got some other stores that we're doing everything. We're going to look at it again in 2026.
Oh my goodness! And
You know,
you're
you,
like
you just kind of think, you
deflated,
know.
yeah.
Yeah, and so we thought, well, this was going to wait a while, but then in the next couple of years, it started picking back up again, and we thought, well, maybe there's a chance we get this before then, and so everything just worked out, and it finally come together. But last week, that last Thursday and Friday, when it was trying to close, It was a roller coaster ride.
Oh, I bet.
At the last minute, they were coming in with things that, working with the developer, they wanted this, they wanted that.
The water tower, I guess, is one of those things. Yeah.
So a lot of things, and
And that's things people like just out in the community don't think about. And that's why you really can't say anything, because you don't know 100%. Something could fall through the cracks, and then it all blows up, and then it's not here.
well, and we've had that with other projects where
Yeah.
we thought something was coming, and at the last minute they back out for whatever reason. And if you've announced it,
right,
you got egg on your face.
Right.
So that's the reason we don't announce those things until we know for sure that they have signed on the line, the money's in escrow, and everything's going to happen.
Right. Right.
So, I mean, it really did take a long time to make all that.
It did. I mean, it's a process you go through. When you start dealing with two large, giant retailers the size of Home Depot and Target, a lot of moving parts, a lot of lawyers, accountants, all these folks involved. And I have to say, CHM, the developer that did the project, which is the same one that did the shops at Eagle Point. We got to know Mike real well, and working with him, and he's got a great group of folks. But even as good as he is, trying to pull two large retailers that big together at the same time to be in the same retail place is it was difficult.
I get you got so you're dealing with that, plus I guess Willow being a state road, you had to deal with state and nobody wants to do that.
I mean, it's so many moving parts, and
so much red tape.
Red tape, yeah, and you start.
And I don't mean that because it's Target, but
Yeah, that's pretty cute. You did good.
Yeah.
They had having to widen Willow, new traffic signals, widening Greenland going down into the center. It's just utilities. Taking that big concrete pad that's in the middle of that property where the old manufacturing place Norwalk used to sit, taking that up.
Ooh, that's going to take some time.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars just to go in and dig that out and take it up and leaven the side. There's so many things that they're having to do, but if things go right the way that they think, opening fall of 2026, it's going to have to be a lot of work.
That sounds like it's real soon compared to all the
Oh my
work that
God,
it does.
Yeah,
it does.
I mean,
y'all just be patient. We know we're gonna get it.
I mean, a year and a half, right?
I mean, that's not
18 months.
That's not that long.
No, it
it's
isn't.
not.
With all the work that's going to be done.
I guess they've got building those buildings down to a science now, though. I mean, it's not like building something from scratch. I mean, they know how to do. I mean, you see how fast they build things now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to be like the coffee place where they just come and set it down with a crane. But I mean, they build these all the time, so it's not like it's a new thing that they're trying to put up.
Right. They have contractors that's all they do is travel across the country building those stores. They already got the plans drawn. They know what size it's going to be and how everything's going to be. So it's
Now,
a different.
Is that where the In-N-Out Burger is going to be as well?
I cannot say yay or nay.
Or Costco.
No,
it's not big enough to put a Costco there.
They are going to be.
Because
That's
on Randy
That's
again.
the next one thing, what's everybody want? There's 5 out parcels that'll be up towards Willa, and he's still working on what the restaurants are going to be for that.
I'll take either one, In-N-Out or Whataburger.
In-N-Out,
You'll take either
Whataburger.
one.
I mean, I've got a whole list everybody's asked for. It's kind of like a Christmas wish list.
Surely don't I get like a say since I
Since you were right about
I was
this.
right about this whole time?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I'll talk to you after the
That's
show.
funny. Randy's like, everybody gets a say whether it's going to happen or not.
Well, I mean, when they first released the plans, it's like they were obvious. I mean, to me anyway, it's like when you looked at the plans, you're like, well, that's for sure a Target. And I bet that's a Home Depot. Because, I mean, it looked that they didn't put the logos on there, but they put a red circle and an orange square. It's like,
You're like, oh.
gosh, those are pretty recognizable
They
logos.
were. But if you knew how close it came to I mean, you know, one's in and one's out, and then
Close it came to not happening.
Yeah,
you're
I mean-
having to do a dance. It's like you took two girls to the school dance.
Well, yeah. So go back to.
Not that you would have ever done that.
No, I wouldn't have done
No,
that.
gosh.
No. I'm Macon County farm boy. You know, we
right.
did,
Yeah, you didn't do
that
stuff
kind of
like
stuff
that.
like that. You know, I go back to when I first came into office, and then we started going to sell the old fairgrounds, and the first people that come to us, I'll just be honest, it was Lowe's, and we're going to build a Lowe's superstore.
Mhm.
Well, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Well, we go and we go and go, and then all of a sudden, you know, no, we're not going to do it. And then it was going to be a Kroger superstore, and so
Kroger
then,
needs another space bad. That parking lot's
It is.
ridiculous. Yeah.
But then that didn't. Then all of a sudden COVID hit, and they decided they're doing online, so that didn't happen. And so I've seen too many projects that
Just kind of dissipate.
they just they're there one day, you work on them for 6 months, and then all of a sudden they're gone.
Man. Happens to all of us.
Happens
doesn't
to
it?
all of us. But this one has finally come to fruition. In the last 10 years since I've been mayor, Home Depot and Target is the two most wanted stores that everybody has said that they wanted.
And you know, y'all, let's just celebrate a little bit. I've been picking on you a little bit, but I mean, really, that was a lot of work for several years, and we finally got what we wanted, and I think that's going to be really great. And be patient while everything's, you know, being built, and the roads will probably, it'll take a while for all of that.
It will.
It
will. And it's right there at that intersection too. So I imagine there's a lot of TDOT work and the city work down that road, and sewer, electric. I mean, all the unsexy stuff's got to get done.
And as exciting as growth is, it's also some growing pains too, along with it, with all
absolutely.
this redoing things. But it's going to be great.
Once it's done and everything's completed, I think everybody will be very happy with the project.
It's 7:45. We'll talk to Randy Porter a little bit more about some of the other things that are going on in Putnam County as well. Stick with us, guys. It's Good Morning Cookeville. We're live in the Willow Window Studio.
Hey, how's your money situation? Are you ready for retirement?
I wish I could retire.
Well, if you want to know what the pros are doing to make wealth multiply and retire like royalty, then you need to listen to this show, Retire the Right Way, with Aaron Wright. Get your money right and tune in every weekend, Saturdays at 9 a.m. on News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Whether you prefer the connections of a small classroom or energy of an SEC school, the University of Tennessee system has the campus for you. I'm Randy Boyd, president of the UT system, inviting you to explore our 5 unique campuses in Knoxville, Chattanooga, Pulaski, Martin, and Memphis. With scholarships like the UT Promise, nearly half of our students graduate debt-free, making a UT education attainable for every Tennessee family. Start your journey at findyourut.com. 5 campuses, one just for you.
Hey guys, Ron Crane here from Dependable Auto Sales and Service, also Colonial Automotive, towing, rentals, we've got it all. Guys, if it's automotive, even if you need body work, if you've been in a wreck or something, please let us know. 931-526-7355. That's 931-526-SELL, S-E-L-L, 24/7 at dasautosales.com. That's dasautosales.com, and we're located 1575 Interstate Drive, the only car dealership on the left on Restaurant Row. Please come see us at any time. Thanks, guys.
Call us before you dig. Accidents are caused each year because someone broke a gas line that they didn't know was there. Remember, not all of our lines are in the street. They go through your yard to the house. Don't take a chance. The Cookeville Gas Department will gladly check any area before you dig and tell you if there are any gas lines present. Help us keep natural gas the safest energy there is. Natural gas. Energy for life. This message brought to you in the interest of safety from the Cookeville Gas Department in cooperation with the Tennessee Public Utility Commission.
This month and every month, we remember the over 66 million babies whose lives have been senselessly sacrificed on the altar of abortion. Surely, the left doesn't understand the repercussions of a land that takes the blood of the innocent, and that should only motivate us more to save more babies and their moms. Preborn is a network of clinics, and they fight every day to save more babies and more moms. To date, they've rescued over 300,000 babies' lives by introducing a mom to her child on an ultrasound. That baby's chance at life doubles. Preborn showers moms and babies with God's love and assistance for up to 2 years. So when they shout abortion, we shout life. Let's save more babies this year than last. One ultrasound is just $28, and only $140 will help rescue 5 babies. All of the gifts are tax deductible. So donate securely. Dial pound 250. Say the keyword baby. That's pound 250, keyword baby. Or go to preborn.com/hope. Preborn.com/hope. Sponsored by Preborn.
Jason and Sheila. Good morning, Cookeville. 1077 and 1400, The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila with you. We're here in the Willow Window Studio, 748 now.
We're so happy to have Putnam County Mayor Randy Porter. This is like his studio, too. You've got your show that you do in here.
Yes,
we do. Such a great job on the show, by the way. The questions and the
You
folks
can watch that on demand on the Hub Plus Roku app as well.
Right.
And on Randy's page.
And YouTube and all these places. I mean, it's everywhere. It's that's been the great thing about the new studio, and it's great. And we thank Wendell Willow for it, is to be able to put it on so many platforms now.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, listening to a podcast is nice driving down the road. If you're sitting at home and you actually want to see the people and watch it on TV, that's great too. So thank you to Zimmer and everybody for making it happen.
Well, it's still a work in progress for sure, and I know that it was a big leap of faith for you to be all like, yeah, all right, I'll do this.
It was. I mean, it's time consuming to, as you know, every morning trying to get guests and everything and lined up and recorded and everything. But I get so many compliments out in the public from because the people that you're interviewing may not be somebody that you'd ever hear from.
Right.
Whether it be a new business or whether it be Tammy Phillips making prayer circles, and, you know, after she had breast cancer. I mean, it's just
which was a great interview. Y'all need
really
to go
was.
back and listen to that too. She's an interesting lady.
She is, and that was one of the most popular shows that I have done in a while. As
You're
far
like
as
us.
watches.
You love getting to know people and finding
yeah.
out their story.
Yeah.
Because the questions you ask, you're so inquisitive about stuff.
There's a lot
Get
of
in the
really
background.
amazing people around here that you
That think they don't even have a story, and I'm like,
met-
you have a story.
Through doing this show, I've met so many interesting people and learned about so many interesting things that are happening in Putnam County and surrounding. People doing amazing things that you never would have thought was coming from here.
Yeah, I want to hear about the things that people don't know about.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it makes you even love this area even more.
It
'cause
does.
You think it's not only rich with different businesses, but the people.
The people,
The people really are great in the upper.
we have a Duke's mixture of folks, and but that's what makes up a community, and finding out their life stories sometimes very interesting.
It really is.
So we know Target and Home Depot. That's been the big news. Lauren Wheaton, when she was on the show about a year and a half ago, of course I brought it up.
As you did every time I've been on.
As I did you as
Trying to
well.
get it out of you, right?
But she said, and you'll have to go back several podcasts back, maybe a year and a half ago. She said that if a Target ever got built while she was mayor, she would ride a horse down Willow with a sash and a crown and a scepter.
She did.
Wow.
And so I'm expecting that to happen.
Well, definitely. If she said it, it'll happen.
Here's the caveat.
Yeah.
I don't know if will she still be in office by the time that it's grand opening.
It'll be close.
I think we got to hold her to it.
Yeah.
How cute would she look on a horse with her little crown and scepter?
Yeah. I mean, she was a beauty pageant queen and all that stuff for all those years she was younger. And I think that would be great. Well, her term ends in August of 2026. So
I'll be right there at it.
I mean, I think we just make it happen.
Let's just do it. And I was thinking for you, maybe some sort
Wait a minute. We're not going down to me. We're talking about Mayor Wheaton.
Now, wait a minute. He didn't even want you to get started on that.
You need to be honored.
Are we getting close to being out of time?
No, you need to be honored in some way too. Maybe a carriage of some sort.
Ooh. You know you'd like
I'll get me a go-kart or a Jeep or something.
We'll take you in a Jeep or a go-kart.
Yeah, we get Steve to booze.
Convertible. Yeah,
there we
that's
go.
what we'll do. Yeah, he can drive and you can sit on the back like a beauty queen. Do the wave.
like he's a Brit.
There's plenty of other stuff to be proud of going on in Putnam County right now.
Oh, we got so many great things. Meeting with a hotel developer right now to get a new hotel.
Oh, good. We need that.
We do. I mean, we got about 1,500 hotel rooms right now in Putnam County, but they stay booked up.
Yeah, it's like when we have like the tournaments and things like that, they stay booked up.
Yeah,
there's not enough.
I think I saw they were 95% occupancy almost all the time.
Yeah. I mean, we get a big event. They're staying in Crossville, going outside into other counties. We get a lot of people that come here that are traveling or visiting for a few days, and they'll stay in Cookeville and then drive back to Nashville or Knoxville where they're going because the hotel prices are so much cheaper here.
Right. Now, in Nashville and Knoxville, they have a big tax on their hotel.
Yes.
Is that something that we're eventually going to get to? Or I know there's some tax on it now, and that's what funds a lot of this, tourism initiatives and all that, which are huge. But is there a possibility for?
We're locked. We're max by law right now, Jason.
Okay.
So we're at 10%. We're maxed by state law unless they change that state law.
But Nashville's is more than that.
I think so. Yeah.
So how are they not?
Well, metropolitan governments are probably different, and depending on when you did that, if you did something before they changed the law,
grandfathered in,
could be.
Okay.
And we got 7% going to the county and 3% going to the city. Of course, the 7% for the county's been in place for years.
Right.
It first started back in the 60s, I think.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, it's been there a long time. So it funds tourism, it funds parks and recreations. Helps with debt service on projects that involve tourism. So it's been there for a long time, but we need another hotel. We'd really like to have one at the new convention center, Expo Center Fairgrounds, and we've got a parcel saved for one there. So we're working on that.
That's looking great out there, the new fairgrounds, but probably not the fair this year.
So my goal is that we would have the new fairgrounds ready for them to have a fair this year. The Fair Board, which is its own nonprofit and rents the facilities, I think they've decided that this is the 99th fair they're having this year. They want to wait and have the 100th.
Oh, that's good.
It is. Our only problem is with those options on the old fairgrounds for the new VA clinic. And we're still waiting on them to tell us if they're going to take it or not. If they should take it in the next few days, it might not be at the old fairgrounds. So
it's still in flux then.
It's in flux for the next month or
because
6
last
weeks.
year it was like, come to the last fair at the fairgrounds, and they got me in the feels on that. And then I heard a little bit that they may be doing that at the old fairgrounds again. It's like, this is a lot like, remember when the Judds are like, this is it.
Yeah.
We're going to retire,
We're going to retire.
Oh,
but not yet.
One more time.
It's like the Judds. They never would actually retire.
But you never know what's happening behind the scenes on that.
Oh, you don't.
Oh, yeah, you don't. And so it's a good idea, I think. But the new fairgrounds will be ready end of April, first part of May, in case that they can't have it there. They're ready to go with the new one.
Well, it's neat to see how all that's coming to pass and how great everything looks. That Expo Center or
Convention Center.
Expo's the one yet to be built.
Yeah, convention. It's great, man. I mean, it's really cool, and
it's beautiful.
I've done a great job out there with that. So a lot of big things, exciting things happening in Putnam County and the Upper Cumberland as a whole. I mean, we're just we're on like an island, it feels like, and things are. You watch all the other stuff going on in the world, and you're like, well, that's not really happening here.
We're kind of isolated, aren't we, from some of that stuff?
In a good way.
In a good way, yeah. And we do our own thing, even in some of the other economic downfalls and everything, we kind of just level
We find
off
a way to
and
keep going
right.
and
we make
hopefully continue to be nice to people.
yeah, and we're a region.
Yes.
That was one of the big things we had a hard time with Target, Home Depot, convincing them that we're not just a county of 85,000.
And that's not just a sell tactic. I mean, we really are.
Yeah, we're a region of
What's that,
350,000.
micropolitan, almost 150,000, which I'm sure we are because that was from a census a few years ago. Back in the day, in radio terms, that would have been a top 100 radio market.
Yeah,
that puts you in big, the top 100 towns in the country.
Yes.
Now I don't know where that would put it in these days terms, but it's still that's a large area. It's a lot. It's a lot of people. 150,000 people.
When you think of 340 or 50,000 in the Upper Cumberland, 14 counties, and they all come here to do their retail, to shop, eat,
We are
work.
their biggest area.
Yeah.
So it's just like when we used to go to Nashville to get things. Now
They're coming here. And there's not many things. We get Target and Home Depot built. There's not a whole lot more retail out there that we don't have.
Randy Porter here with us this morning. Thank you so much. We appreciate your time as always.
So they always enjoy being on.
Sheila, who we got tomorrow?
Upper Cumberland Reporter is coming in at 7. Then Shannon Cantrell with the Livingston Overton County Chamber and the new Chamber President, Zach Stevens. We'll meet him.
I'll have to get used to Zach.
Yeah.
All right. That's coming up tomorrow here on Good Morning Cookeville. See you then. Bye now.
Bye.
This is News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub. Good morning, Cookeville. W299BY. 107.7 FM. And AM 1400 WHUB Cookeville.